Hi everyone. In today's challenge, we have this problem minimum number of vertices to reach all the nodes, and the problem number is 1557. Alright guys, so first of all, we are going to clearly understand what this problem says. After that, we're going to move to the logic part. We are going to see how we can solve this particular problem. And after that, we're going to move to the implementation part. We are going to implement our logic in C++, Java and Python programming language. Fine guys, now let's see what this problem says, right? So problem says given a directed acyclic graph, remember that acyclic, that means there will be no cycle in this graph, right? And it is a directed, so there's no, like, if there is an edge between 0 to 2, then you can go from 0 to 2, but you can't come from 2 to 0, right? With n vertices numbered from 0 to n minus 1, all right? And an array edge where edge of I is equal to from I to 2i represent a directed edge from I to node 2i. So basically it simple says that, let's say we are given, first of all, you can understand from this example one, you can see here we are given edges array, right? In input you can see we have given this edge array. This is nothing but it also contain two value, right? Inside of an array you have one more array which have only two value. In first you can see it has 0 comma 1, that means we can say edge exists from 0 to 1, right? Here also you can see, if I change my color, so here also you can see this is an edge which has been given in the first index, second 0 to 2, so you can see there is an edge from 0 to 2. Similarly we have this particular value, all right? And what is the n means total number of vertices. So you can see vertices is nothing but node, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6, these are 6 n, right? Okay, so now we are given this thing. Now what we have to do, find the smallest set of vertices from which all nodes in the graph are reachable. It is guaranteed that unique solution exists. Notice that you can return the vertices in any order. So basically it says, now the main thing is here, it says that we have to find a smallest set. That means a set is where by using these nodes we can reach to all the other nodes. So in this example you can see we have 0 3. So how we can solve this, you can see here 0 3, that means we have to use at least these two nodes or two vertices to reach all the nodes. And how is it? So let's see that. First of all, I took a 0, right? So from 0 I can reach to 1, so let me write here, from 0 I can reach to 1, fine. And I can reach to 2 as well because there is an edge, and I can reach to 5 as well because there is an edge from 2 to 5, right? So we can reach to 4 node, but we could not be able to reach all the node, that is 6 node, right? So we have to use one more nodes, that is 3. So by 3 we can say, if we use a 3, then by 3 we can reach to 4 node, and all the nodes have been traversed, or we can say all the nodes have been reachable, right? So we can reach all the nodes if we use at least two node, that is 0 and 3. So we have to return that particular 0 and 3. So this was the problem. I hope now you understood this. What is the problem? Now, if you understood the problem, then only you can move to the logic part, because without understanding of the problem, you can't understand the logic, right? So I hope to understand the problem first. If you have any kind of doubt, you can write in a comment section. I'm always there to help you, right? So now, guys, let's see the logic part. So, but let me tell you, there is no brute force approach. Like, there is exist, but you will definitely come up with only this approach, which can be easily submittable, which can easily be submit, right? You can easily submit that particular solution. So initially, could not able to come with the brute force approach in this problem, because yeah, there isn't one brute force approach can be there. Like, you can use DFS here. You can start from a node which has 0 in degree. You can see this is 0 in degree, and this also has 0 degree. You can start from any of the nodes. So let me let a brute force approach this one, but this is not like benefit for you, right? Because this is only you are going to do in optimize. We will see this particular part later, but let's understand brute force approach. So I found out that this is the thing which have a 0 in degree, right? So if we have this 0 in degree, because there is no edge coming to them, right? You can see there are edge going from 0 but not coming. So you can say this is having 0 in degree, this also having, right? Rest you can see they have at least 1 in degree, right? So we are going to say we are going to traverse from 0. Okay, we are going to traverse from 0, and you can see if we are traversing, we are getting 1 2 and 5, right? So we can say in our set we have this 4 element, and still the length of this is not equal to 6. So we're going to say take out the next in degree, which is 3. We are going to traverse that particular part, and we are going to, once we have traversed that particular part, we can see that we are going to traverse all the nodes, right? We're going to reach all the nodes, because 3 is going to give us 3 and 4. So now you can see our length of this particular array, or we can set, is nothing but equal to 6, which is equal to n. So we can return our this particular 0 and 3. But if now let's see the optimize, and you will find out what is the difference between brute force and optimize, right? So basically, guys, optimize and brute force both are same. But see, what you are doing an extra effort by using these particular values, right? But we don't need to traverse it, because once we know that, just think in yourself. Once we know that there is a node exists, let's say 0 value, and there is no edge incoming, all edge are going. Is it be possible to reach this particular node anywhere? by using any other node can we reach to this particular node? If there is no edge incoming, no one is reaching to this one. No, we can't node, right? We can't go this particular node without any other node. We need to start from here only because there is no edge incoming to it. So definitely we can say that whoever have a 0 in degree, that only we need to count and return that particular one. Isn't it easy? Right? So here you can see that answer is also 0, 3 because we don't have an incoming edge. We can't reach to this particular node. But rest of there we have a edge, right? So they can be reached by any other nodes. But this can't be reached by any other node. I hope now you understood the optimized approach because just we need to find who have a 0 in degree and how we can do this. Let's see here as well. Then we will see to the code because we have a time. So what we can say, let me tell you. Okay, let's say I make an array of in degree, right? I make an array of degree which have all the 0 values 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Now, what we have to do, we have to just traverse over this edge array. We are going to say, okay, we are going to traverse over this edge array, and we are going to take the last part 1 because this is the part is going to node, right? 0 to 1, right? So we can say 1 is getting a degree, right? In every vertical index, you can see 0, 1, next has 0, 2. That means 2 is getting a degree, 5 is getting a degree, 4 is getting a degree, 2 is getting a degree. So what we have to do, we have to traverse this, and on that we can say, let's say we are going to traverse it for a comma b in edges. Just we are going to say in degree of b. B is nothing but the last part. And like here is 1, next 2, there 5, there 4, there 2. So degree of b should be plus equal to 1 because they can come many times, right? Here if I will show you, you can see here 2 has come 2 times, right? We are going to increment it. But you don't want to increment, you can see a simple is equal to false. You can do like it is false and rest all will be true by default. So you are going to return only the true value, right? There are many possible way, right? So once you have done this thing, let me little scroll up. So what you can do, guys, you can say now after this for loop, you can say traverse over this in degree array, and whoever have a 0 value, just put in our result and return that particular result. So I hope, guys, now you understood the logic part. Let me summarize you. Just we need to find all those nodes which have 0 in degree, and what are the in degrees where we don't have any edge coming to them. And after that, we have to return that particular node. Now let's move to the implementation part and see how we can implement it. So let's go to the browser. And here, guys, first of all, I'm with the Python. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an array of in degree, and this is by default gonna have 0. I can have a by default false and make it true, but I'm gonna keep it 0. Okay, and here what I can say with the n size. Okay, now I'm gonna traverse over edge of a v in edges for a comma b in edge. So okay, let me give me a second. In degree, right? In degree of b should be equal to plus equal to 1, right? So this is all we need to do. Now we can say we can traverse over for this for index, and I can say value in our in degree. Let me do this thing. I can say if value is 0, and I have to do enumerate, right? Because now what I'm going to do, if you know Python, then you can easily understand what is enumerate and why we can use index comma value in this particular integer array, right? So if you don't know, let me tell you, enumerate is nothing but which is going to give us a value as well with the index of that particular value. So if your array have like this, let's say your array have 2 comma 3 comma 4, so it's going to give first 0 comma 2 because 2 is stand at a 0 index, then 3, and so 0 1 comma 3 because 3 values stand at the 1 index, so it's going to give us an index only, right? So we can say value 0, that means if we enumerate of in degree, let me write in degree, if value 0, that means in degree 0, then what we can do, we can say append this particular index in our result. So we can say right, and here I can say result is equal to nothing but empty right now, and after that we can return this particular result. Let's try to run this code and run this code and let's see what we are getting. Okay, and you can see that both the test cases are passed. So let's try to submit this code, right? And I know it will get submitted, right? Because it is not a like little bit medium level questions. It was an easy one. So you can see, guys, we have already submitted this thing and it successfully got submitted. Now let's move to the second programming language, not last, which is nothing but C++. And you know, guys, you don't need to see this video as well, right? Once you know the logic, you can easily implement this one, right? So we are going to create an vector of integer. So let me create like this, and in degree, and by default it's going to have 0. And let me take a size first, so n, and by default it's going to have 0, right? Now we are going to traverse over this edge array. So we can say for auto value in edge, and this value is also an, we can say vector, right? So we can say if value of 1, node 1, if we don't need to use a condition, we can directly say this is a node which are getting in degree. So we can say in degree of value of 1 should be place equal to 1, and we can say okay, now let's make a result. So we can say vector of int result, and we can say for int I is equal to 0, I less than, here we don't have enumerate in C++, right? So we can say like this. We can traverse with index and we can check it if value, not value, if in degree of I is equal to 0, that means it don't have any in degree, right? So we can say result dot push back this particular I, and we can simply return this particular part as well, right? So we can say return this particular result. Let's run this code and see whether we are getting a right answer or not. And yeah, you can see that both the test cases are passed, so definitely it will also get submitted. So let's run this, submit this code. Okay, why take so much time? Fine, right? Now let's move to the last programming language. That is nothing but, let's take a Java. And here guys, we're gonna do what? We're gonna say, first of all, we're gonna create a list, right? Which is gonna store in degree. So we can say list of integer, and the name I'm gonna give is nothing but in degree only, right? And is equal to new array list. What I can do like this, or should I need to pass? Let's seal. Okay, let's keep it like this only, right? For I, now what I can say I can traverse over this edge array. So we can use a for each loop, for list of integer, and here I can say value edges, and here I can say if not, we can directly use there in degree of value dot get first index, right, is plus equal to 1. So basically what I have done here, I have done nothing but I am just traversing over this edge array, and I'm on the second index I'm gonna increment our in degree index, right? So I hope you have understood this particular thing in logic part, what I have done here. Basically, if I tell you in detail again, you can see that in edge array we have 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 5. So one by one I am taking this particular array, inside array, nested array, and in that we have 1 which is at the first index. So we are taking value dot get 1. So we are incrementing that particular node, right? Okay, now we are going to make a result. So we can say list, let me make it integer, which is going to be nothing but result is equal to new array list. Okay, we can pass here like this as well. Fine, and we are going to say for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, if this particular we can say in degree of I is 0, yes, it has no incoming edge. So we can say result dot add this particular I, and we can return our this I, right? Not I, result, right? Now let's run this code and let's see, do we have any error in Java? We got an error, right? And that is the error because we haven't initialized the default value to this particular array list, right? So we can say guys, let's create an array over here, and definitely we can also do by one thing. The issue will, let me tell you first of all in detail, that this is a list, right? It is not an array, so we can't use the indexes here. So we have to, either we can create an array like this integer, and what I can say, note, I can say my array name is in degree new int of n. Either I can do like this, and I can fill the default values of array dot fill this particular arr, not arr, in degree, and here I can pass by default value 0. Now if I do this thing, let me see, it will gonna do the task, right? And what is that? Okay, new int, I got 2 array in Java, and almost every day I got an array in Java. I don't know why. Okay, and you can see that both the test case passed. So let me tell you what we are getting earlier we are having a list. So that array list was, but it don't have any indexes. By default it's going to initialize like this empty, right? After that we are trying to access the index, but there was no index access, right? We can't access by the index also. We need to use a dot get function, right? So this was an issue. Okay, so now let's try to submit this code, and I believe it will get submitted. I don't want to see any error in the submission part of Java. Hopefully it got submitted, right? So we have successfully solved with the C++, Java, and Python, and I know the solution was really easy. It should mark as an easy problem, right? Not medium level. But guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you understood, if you have still any kind of error, or we can say any kind of doubt in a code, then definitely you can reach out to me in the comment section. And if you learned something in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet you in the next video.